Günaydın. Good morning, everybody. Dear participants, I would like to welcome everyone and thank you for joining us at the 3rd International Academic Studies Congress with the theme of Change of Adaptation. It is really a great pleasure and honor for us to host you here in Osmaniye Korkut Ata Üniversitesi. It will not be wrong to say that the organizing committee have kept the scope of the conference rather wide so that it can address to everyone who wants to contribute. Some of the main themes are agriculture, business and management, communication, economics, education, environment, language and culture, medical sciences, political sciences, society, technology and tourism.
Culture, medical sciences, political sciences,
change and adaptation to harmonize with the latest perception and theories of the 21st century with respect to the field of academic studies. This Congress is certainly a special occasion for those who work in development, academic research and professional development. It will be an occasion to meet, listen, discuss, share information and plan for the future in respect for academic growth all over the world. The Congress will also be an opportunity to discuss key points of scientific and professional strategy, helping us define how we should encourage responsible conduct in our respect of professional development, to promote the field of academic studies and establish personal contacts with colleagues from other parts of the world as well. Now, I would like to present my compliments to all administrative authorities, especially Osmaniye Governor Dr. DEİŞİM academic colleagues and plenary speakers participating in this opening ceremony, and express to you my deep satisfaction for sharing this important moment for the development of academic field hosted by Osmaniye Korkut Ata Üniversitesi. I would first like to thank the organizing committee, scientific committee and advisory board of this Congress. In the second place, I want to thank our plenary speakers, Professor Adaptation, Professor Yuval Fengli, and Professor Logisvari Yildirim for allocating their time, sharing their intimate knowledge, and for their most valuable contribution to this Congress. Finally, I would also like to thank our participants with their support, valuable contribution and their presentations. With these words, I hope this Congress provides you with a forum to exchange scientific ideas, inspire new research, and new contacts for closer cooperation so that we can, together, envisage the future of promoting development of academic research. I also wish you a pleasant and enjoyable stay in Osmaniye. Thank you very much for your participation and contribution. Wish you a fruitful Congress. Thank you very much.
Konuşmalarından dolayı Osmaniye Korkut Ata Üniversitesi Rektörü Sayın Profesör Doktor Turgay Uzun hocamıza teşekkür ediyoruz. I would like to thank the Rector of Osmaniye Korkut Ata University, Professor Dr. Turgay Uzun, for his valuable speech. Thank you. Şimdi de Osmaniye Valisi Doktor Erdinç Yılmaz'ı konuşmalarını yapmak üzere kürsüye teşriflerini ben arz ederim. Now I would like to invite the Governor of Osmaniye University, Dr. Erdinç Yılmaz, to bless us with his rich experience. Here you are.
Çok değerli rektörüm, belediye başkanım, siyasi partilerimizin değerli başkanları, ilimizin çok değerli protokolü ve Pakistan'dan, Malezya'dan, Hindistan'dan katılım sağlayan çok değerli bilim insanları. Üniversitemizin düzenlemiş olduğu uluslararası konferansa hoş geldiniz diyor. Hepinizi saygıyla, sevgiyle selamlıyorum. Çeviri yapıyor musunuz? Özellikle üniversitemizin böylesi uluslararası bir çalışmaya öncülük etmesinden dolayı başta rektörümüz olmak üzere bu çalışmayı gerçekleştiren, katkı sağlayan herkese çok teşekkür ediyorum. Bu tür çalışmaların hem ulusların gelişmesine, sosyoekonomik ilişkilerinin gelişmesine, eğitimde, bilgi paylaşımında öncülük edecek, gelişmelere yol açacak çalışmalar olduğunu biliyoruz. Biz bu tür çalışmaların dünya gündeminde olması, dünyanın bilgi paylaşımının sağlanması, karşılıklı ilişkilerin gelişmesine de çok ciddi katkılar sağlayacağını düşünüyorum. İnşallah bu çalışmalarında başta Osmaniye'miz olmak üzere ülkemize, uluslararası topluma hayırlı, başarılı olmasını diliyorum. Bir kez daha Pakistan'dan, Malezya'dan, Hindistan'dan gelen değerli bilim insanlarına çok teşekkür ediyorum. Toplantımızın, konferansımızın başarılı olmasını diliyorum. Hepinizi saygıyla selamlıyorum.
Hediyelerini sunmak üzere Osmaniye Üniversitesi Rektörü Sayın Profesör Doktor Turgay Uzun hocamızı tekrar sahneye davet ediyorum. Kongre Başkanımız Hamza Şimşek, sizleri de davet ediyoruz. Buyurun. Now I would like to invite the Governor of Osmaniye, Dr. Erdinç Yılmaz. Thanks for Governor. Doğrudur. This is a salt lamp. Doğrudur hocam özellikle. Özellikle seçtik hocam. Rica ederiz. Kongremize gelen telgrafı sizlerle paylaşmak istiyorum. Nazik davetiniz için teşekkür ediyor. Çok istememe rağmen daha önce yapılmış programım nedeniyle aranızda bulunamıyorum. 3. Uluslararası Akademik Çalışmalar Kongresi'nin başarılı geçmesine temennisiyle tüm katılımcılara selam ve saygılarımı sunarım. Mücahit Durmuşoğlu, Osmaniye Milletvekili. Şimdi ikinci partimiz olan welcoming speech section'ına geçiyoruz. Bu saatten sonra yabancı misafirlerimiz için İngilizce sunuma devam edeceğim. Takip etmenizi rica ediyorum sizden. Now I would like to invite the Professor Lee to express her views on the mega event and the knowledge of our participants and the present member about the happening on these events. Professor Lee, are you on Zoom? Is she here?
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you. You are with us now.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah, okay, let me... Okay, sorry, forgive us.
No,
We have
that's
some...
fine. Don't worry, you're good.
Forgive me, Lee, Professor. Okay. This? I think...
You can see me, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, we can hear you. Actually, we can see you too. Sorry, but we are... Yeah, you go on.
So nice
Okay, you can start. Sorry.
hear
Okay.
you.
Sorry,
Okay.
you can go on.
We all hear you.
Yes,
Great, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
Okay, thank you. So, I should say, Mehaba, that's hello, and good morning, that's good morning.
Yeah, they can see you, but you can, I guess. So
Okay, you cannot see me, but you can hear me, right?
Yes, we can see you and hear you both.
We all hear you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so good night on Turkey. That means good morning, right? Good morning, you all.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're good early morning because right now at my place is 2 o'clock a.m. So it's early in the morning. So I'm still good. I'm still energetic. I'm ready to have a party.
You look great and energetic. Thank you for your positive speech.
Thank you. And so I'm Yufeng Winnie Lee from New Mexico State University in the United States. Thank you very much to have me. And so as one of the conference co-chairman, I would like to sincerely welcome all of you to the Spring 2022 Academician Studies Congress on Change and Adaptation, physically hosted by Osmaniye Korkut Ata University. I hope I pronounced that name right.
You did well. Thank you. You did well. Correct.
Okay. And so this conference is held both face-to-face and online. And here I am, 2 a.m. in the United States. Okay, and I'm very sorry not be able to join you and attend in person to meet with you today. Next time, I'll try my best to go to Turkey to meet with you in person. So here, I would like to greatly thank the dedicated and talented conference organizing committee and the ASC regulatory board, led by the honorary president, Dr. Uzan, and chairman, Dr. Simzak, and the other co-chairs who offer me and my co-chairs this valuable opportunity to meet with all of you, the distinguished guests, and the extensive group of researchers, scientists, and practitioners from academia, governments, and industries of Turkey and from other parts of the world. This is a great event that, thanks to technologies, we can meet together in person or online. And so I would like to also thank deeply the invited renowned speakers, the guest speakers from the public and private sectors who endorsed this Congress by giving your speeches to come in this 3 days. Thank you very much. Most importantly, I would like to thank all of the presenters and participants in this meeting who bring new ideas and exchange new perspectives for positive change and adaptation across many fields. I know there are many articles, many researches that are going to be presented. Even if my time zone in the United States is the opposite of most of yours, I can't wait to listen to some of your presentation recordings in order to learn about your research and your field practices. And so lastly, I would like to thank you all for your attendance in person or online. Without your support, this Congress would not have been made possible. So you are all very important, and so sincerely, I hope you enjoy all the conference sessions that you attend. May your time well spent. And so thank you, and you have a great conference.
Yeah, I would like to warm thanks to you, Professor Lee from New Mexico State University. Thank you.
It's my pleasure, Anna.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Warm greetings from Osmaniye to you, to USA. Thank you.
Yes,
Thanks
yes.
a lot.
So please, you are all welcome to come visit me.
Yeah.
Early in the morning,
Let's
I'll go
wish
to the
them.
airport and pick you up.
Thank you. Let's wish hope.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot. Thank you so much. Now, may I invite Professor Dr. Muhammad Ashfaq to present his view on the possible topic will be socioeconomic benefits of the adaptation of groundwater management intervention due to climate change using representative agriculture pathways and TOEM methodology. Now, you can present. Yeah, here. Okay, I will.
Thank you very much. Before starting my presentation, taking this opportunity, I would like to thank the Governor, the Rector, Vice Rector, all the distinguished guests, the faculty members and the participants, both in person as well as online. Thank you very much for joining, and this is a wonderful opportunity to interact. Thank you very much. I will briefly talk about the benefits of adaptation of groundwater management interventions due to change, and that change was climate change, by using representative agricultural pathways and TOMD methodology. So this is a sequence of my presentation: briefly introduction, the background, then what were the objectives of the study, the methodology, results, and recommendations, or the way forward. Let me tell you that I will be presenting only a tiny part of a very big project which we have taken by the financial assistance and technical assistance from ACIR Australia, and we completed it in Pakistan along with in other parts of the world. What is change and adaptation according to different philosophers, different writers? So I will share only a few of their sayings. The most successful people are those who accept and adapt to constant change. And the action and adaptability creates opportunities. And the adaptability is not imitation. It means power of resistance and assimilation by Mahatma Gandhi. And adaptability is the simple secret of survival. So there are hundreds and thousands of sayings on change and adaptation, but I'm here, presenting only a couple of them. The change could be in the agriculture sector, in the economic sector, the environment, education, business, technology, medical science, and tourism, etc. And basically, these are the sub-themes of our Congress. Why adaptation is required in agriculture sector? I will talk only the agriculture sector. And we can see that due to high population growth, we need adaptation in the agriculture sector. Increasing urbanization, poor soil fertility, poor infrastructure, climate change, and ultimately resulting in the water scarcity. So I will mainly focus on the climate change and the water scarcity, particularly, not only the canal water, but also the groundwater. Now, how to increase water productivity? If the water is, going down, the groundwater is going down, we are pumping day by, due to increase in the population, due to increase in the cropping intensity, we are now using more water for industry, for household use, for other purposes. So one of the main things is that we can use the water very efficiently. So how high efficiency irrigation system is the one by growing low delta crops, the crops which are using less water, drought resistant plant varieties, protecting the soil and improve agricultural practices, we can increase the productivity of water. And I will be mainly talk on one component, that is high efficiency, irrigation water use. High efficiency irrigation water use, the result shows that if we have more water productivity, we can grow more crops. The returns for the farmers increase tremendously. The objectives of the study was to identify the key parameters in the development of RAPS methodology, to estimate the socioeconomic benefits of the groundwater management interventions, and to give some policy recommendations or the way forward. The methodology we used, we collected data from 3 provinces of Pakistan, and then the sessions on representative agriculture pathways were held. We arrived on the adaptation packages, then the simulation model, TOMD, that is a trade-off analysis multidimensional model, was used for adopting the rate of proposed interventions. Then to look the adoption impact on the per capita income, net farm returns, and the impact on the poverty of the farming community, those who have adopted those interventions. So this is about the study area as Pakistan, and this is a Punjab province where we have collected the data from 469 farm households, and we conducted data in 2 districts, that is in district Sahiwal and district in Bukhara near Lahore. Then in the Sindh province, 2 districts were selected, and we collected the primary data from the farmers, and the number was 296. And then from Balochistan, 104 households we selected and collected the data. Okay. Now, first question is, what is RAPS? RAPS, they provide details needed for regional assessment of future agricultural production systems. RAPS are basically the plausible, it's not prediction, but how we can see the agriculture system in the future. Intergovernment Panel on Climate Change has developed the concept of pathways to tackle the modeling issues for future analysis. This approach is based on transdisciplinary process. It is not, it's a combination of different, experts. They sit together, have different sessions, discussions, brainstorming, and arrive on certain, conclusion, adaptation package, recommendations. Then the data is used by the TOMD models. Okay, so this it consists of a reliable set of drivers and outcomes for the national and the local development. This is about RAPS. Very simple, because I know that diverse people are here. I will not go into detail. Very technical things, just to let you know that how it works. The team of scientists, experts, researchers, and the farmers, they work together through a stepwise process. These pathways are a combination of biophysical, economic, technology, and the policy scenarios. The RAPS development process, we have different steps. The first one is the selection of pathway. Then the second one is to look at the key indicators. The expert identified those key indicators which are affecting the situation. Then RAPS narratives, definitions by particularly the economic team. Then the key parameter selections and review process by the team members. Then directions and magnitude of change in the variables. Then RAPS sharing with experts for their feedback. Then incorporation of feedback from the experts. And the final, RAPS draft. So could we move this a bit, because this, no, it's okay, thank you. Now, the pathways and future production systems. So it shows, if the business as usual, how we can move, and if by using the RAPS, how we can increase the output, the productivity. So the assessment of groundwater management on the future production system, which will differ from the current production system due to development in the agriculture sector, not directly motivated by the groundwater users. So you can see that what will happen if business as usual scenario is there, then the sustainable development, and then if we have a different, unsustainable development. So usually we choose the sustainable development pathways for this. So this is a farming livelihood. We have a farm household component, we have crop system, we have livestock system, we have social processes, and we have environmental processes. So I will not go into details of all these. Then what is trade-off analysis, multidimensional model? It is basically a simulation tool for multidimensional impact assessment. It can utilize the socioeconomic data sets, and TOMT uses a statistical description of the heterogeneous farm population to simulate the change in the conditions and the impact of the new technology. The TOMT simulates various experiments for adaptation of new technology and impact assessment. So we have current system, we have the future system, we have the base and the adapted technology. We have the base technology, then we have the adapted technology. And using TOMT to assess future impact, so we have different steps. First, we design the RAPS, then identify and characterize the base system and the adaptive system, then quantify the impact on base and adaptive systems, and then they simulate the impacts without adaptation. And the last one, simulate the impacts with adaptation. So if there is no adaptation, what will be the outcome? If there will be adaptation, what will be the impact of that adaptation? Okay. So TOMT, have different steps, designing RAPS and scenarios, and I have already discussed about RAPS and development process, then identify and characterize the base system, adaptive system, then quantify the impact of base and adaptive system, simulate the impacts without adaptation, and then simulate the impacts with adaptations. Okay? This is a logical structure of TOMT adaptation, adoption analysis, farm population, having base technology, base indicators, then adoption process is there, and we have a sub population with non-adopters, that is the base technology and indicators, and there will be the adopters as well. having, improved technologies and the indicators. Now, what is the, high efficiency irrigation system? We have taken only one intervention, that the high efficiency irrigation system adoption. So I will present all those results one by one, first in Punjab, then in Sindh and Balochistan, very briefly. In case of cotton, in case of maize crop, in case of wheat and rice and sugar cane, we have different changes in the net returns of the farmer. And then the change in the per capita income, then the change in the poverty and the potential adoption rate of these new technologies. If you look the overall, we have about 35% net change in the returns of the farmers. We have about 30% change in the per capita income. And we have seen the reduction in the poverty by 4.7%, and the potential adoption rate was about 74%, which is quite good. And this is the adoption rate in Punjab, which I have shown you in figures. And this is a socio-economic impact, that is a change in net return, change in per capita income, and change in the poverty. And this is about the Sindh. Again, about 30% change in net return, change in per capita income was also very significant, and about 4.74% change in poverty. That's a reduction in the poverty. And potential adoption rate was only 32%. If we compare with the Punjab, the adoption rate was less, in this province. This is again the change in net return, change in per capita income, and the change in poverty. Sidara will take only 2 minutes more. No worries, okay? And this is about the Balochistan, the third province. So where we have mainly the horticultural crops. And we have taken the apple and grapes, and if we look the change in net returns, so that is about 30% and 34% change in per capita income, about 27 and 37%, and change in poverty is very, significant. That is 8% reduction in the poverty and 12% reduction in the poverty, because we have more poverty in Balochistan province, and the reduction also is a significant. And the potential adoption rate is about 42 to 48% for both crops. So the same, results we can say. Now, what we could conclude, what are the way forward? Very simple. Agriculture finance, especially the adoption of technology advancements, is needed. The farmers, they are usually the small farmers, and they are resource poor, so they need, finance. Technical water allocation at farm level must be equitable. Although it is not there in Balochistan, but in Sindh and Punjab, we have surface irrigation water, that is canal irrigation water, which is not being distributed equally, across the head, middle and tail reaches of the system. So if it will be equitable, then the pumpage of groundwater will be less, and productivity of water could be enhanced. Overutilization of water sources could be managed by using high efficiency irrigation system. Currently, farmers, they are using flood irrigation, which is very, very inefficient, way of irrigating the farms. And we need to, the RAPS approach allows appropriate solutions of critical issues, and for assessing the impacts on the livelihood of farmers, adopting specific interventions. And current work need to be continued in other parts of the country, and in other regions, in other countries of the regions even, So this is a very handy tool, very important, and we can use it. So these are, my few results and recommendations. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you.
thanks, Professor Ashfar, for your valuable views. You can go there. Thank you. Thanks. It's time to hear. Okay. He has another meeting, so. Okay. It's time to hear Dr. Logais Vari Indiram to present her view on behalf of the organizing committee. Here you are.
Thank you very much, Ms. Sida. Very good morning to distinguished guests, and also the chairman of this Congress today, Associate Professor Dr. Hamza, and also the Osmaniye Korkut Ata University Turkey's management team. Okay, thank you very much. I'm very delighted to be here and in Osmaniye for the opening of this conference. Okay, first of all, let me welcome all of you to the 3rd International Academic Study Congress and welcome to Osmaniye Korkut Ata University Turkey. Welcome. I'm very glad to see all the participants in person and also online with us, together with us. Okay, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, so I would like to say that today's mega conference is merely on the togetherness of the committee members across the world. There are so many countries actually together with us today in this conference. Okay, and special thanks to Professor Osman Yilmaz and also Professor Mustafa for bringing many countries together, also for the valuable opportunity for Malaysia to be here as the co-chair for the conference. It was a great achievement for us to start to the hybrid mode where we believe that COVID pandemic has ended. I believe that. Okay, so, and we also would like to say special thanks to the team, Professor, Associate Professor, Dr. And also Hamza, Dr. Hamza, and also Sidar and the entire team for coordinating and managing this conference. Okay, and I believe that all of us definitely have to agree that this is a very great success where we almost get 483 participants, where 66% of them are from different countries. I think we can give a big applause for the committee members and also for all the participants. Thank you very much. Okay, it directly connotes the success of the conference as well as the reachability of Academic Study Congress and Osmaniye Korkut Ata University as well as the dynamic committee members. Congratulations, and it direct to our theme of the conference today, change and adaptations. We are also changing and adapting from far to near, from national to international, from individual to society, and from research to this. I would like to end the speech with one note from the committee member that our ASC journey had just begun. Sail together with us. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Dr. Indiram, for your speech. Now, may I invite Professor Advesh Jha to present his view on the change and adaptation with the special perspective of humanity. Here you are, Professor.
honorable dignitaries, the Rector, Osmaniye Korkut Ata University, the Academic Studies Congress members, Professor Osman Ilmaz, Professor Mustafa Aslan, Associate Professor Mustafa Aslan, all the friends who are present here, namaste and good morning to all of you. Friends, it is something special and it is really much to say that it is not an easy job to collect 450 plus members, and that too from across the globe. It takes a lot of efforts, and here it has been done. This automatically connotes the success of the conference, but still we have miles to go and miles to go. Coming to our topic, change and adaptation. With respect to change, change is a continuous and gradual process. Our progress is a result of this change and adaptation. And our existence today is the result of the successful adaptation to our environment. Adaptation in its simplest sense is a process of adjustment towards modification. Here it remains to check if we are really happy with our progress. Whereas both tend to be a psychological term, I'm talking about adaptation and adjustment. Adaptation is also a term related to biology, where adjustment seems to be impermanent and temporal. Adaptation, with its impact on a part or a whole, remains permanent. Adjustment is not always full with ease and comfort, but adaptation certainly adds to the mental ease and comfort. The examples of the fish and the birds traveling long distances without any ship or the flight connote their adaptation to travel such long distances. Here we need to question, do we adapt? Of course we do. We adapt amongst all the odds and problems with our optimistic outlook and hope for success, which leads to adaptation and ensures our survival. When we talk of change, change is not only about climate change, social change, cultural change. It may be any and many. It can be any and many. Change and adaptability are the two common inevitable attributes. And hereby it is noteworthy that it has either created a history or let one turn a history. Every country has its own history. It is this history that serves us with the legacy of the past on which we take pride. The history of the human race is also special. The universally accepted science reveals the tale of unicellular organism and its slow and gradual multiplication leading to multicellular organism. No doubt, wherever we start from, whatever we talk, will depict the idea of change and adaptability. The Stone Age, pre-man, origin of life, fire and wheel, Green Revolution, White Revolution, everything it connotes. It connotes change and adaptation. The change and adaptation is not new, rather it has continued right from existence of this earth. The tale of dinosaurs, its existence and its extinction is related with change and adaptation. Overall, this change and adaptation has started, continued, and shall remain to continue till the existence of the living species. The tiniest corona, recently, with its great impact, is a live example to which we have adapted ourselves. Not restricting the change in the education system, presented us with the change of its locus from the teacher-centric to student-centric education, and now it is moving towards the techno-centric education. Hereby, all the prospects, whether the teachers, parents, or the society, they have accepted, adjusted, and gradually adapted to this change. Hereby, we need to understand that how this change comes. It is inevitable to understand change and its impact with respect to the system and the individual. If we think over of this change on the system, we observe that the system has also come up and added with the change. This change is found between the relationship amongst the people, our interactions. Right now also, the interaction is something special. It is the result of some change. Our role of individuals, the social structure and institutions, values, norms, etc. Since we have this change, and since the individual and the society are complementary, again, it brings up the change in us also. And hereby, we have the change in our experience, in our attitude, in our thought patterns, in our interaction, in our relations, and in our social structure. The factors responsible for the change may be the demographics, the politics, economics, industry, technological inventions, and many more. Here, if we want to bring change, education turns a key. And another important factor is media. Today, media and education. Media is the fastest one which has helped us to bring the change. And this has helped us to change our attitude, create desire of change, analyze the change, create atmosphere, democratic values, transmission of culture, and many more change has been found. When we talk of adaptation, it is very, very important to know the adaptability skills also. And the skills which is required for adaptation include the communication, the interpersonal relations, problem solving, creative and strategic thinking, teamwork, and organizational skills. It is very, very important that to know and understand our own perspective for adaptation. While we talk of adaptation, we should understand that what is our perspective. We should have the capacity to understand things from not only from our own perspective, but from others' perspective also. And if we do this, this necessarily includes accepting others' perspective. This may lead us to the new ways of understanding and doing things, which will help us to adapt ourselves. We also need to understand that our perspective is formed by our own experience, and it is always often self-serving and seeks to uphold our sense of who we are. We need to have the broader outlook. That is a simple rule: either accept and adapt, or you change. And if you can't change, if you don't think that you can't change, you change your attitude. It's very, very simple. And there comes adaptation. We need to remove our expectations. And ultimately, we need to think of how flexible we are in our thinking. At any point of time, to help ourselves adapt, we need to question a little and do a little homework on ourselves. We need to question ourselves. All we need to do is, we need to list of some of our inflexible thoughts. Just think, what are those inflexible thoughts? And then, all we need to do is, we need to question ourselves, how does it pay? And at last, we need to also think, does it hold us back or take us forward? If we do this, it is something what we are doing on the way to adaptation. Ultimately, whatever be the situation, change and adaptation goes side by side. We may come across several change, but it's up to us whether to select or not. Blindly adapting the things may be more serious and grave for creativity and society, which in turn is dangerous for humanity. Hereby it is necessary to ascertain existence of human and humanity and the balance of ecosystem. And when it is about human, it should necessarily ensure at least his health, happiness, and peace. Anything less than this cannot be compromised for adaptation. and if it is forcible, it is certainly to endanger humanity and hence mankind. With this, thank you so much for having organized such a great conference. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Professor Jha, for your views on the theme. Indeed, it's the need of the time. Now, I would like to invite the rector of 15 Kasım University, Professor Dr. Remziye Terkan, for her speech. Can you hear us? We are connected with online. Yeah, our guest is from Cyprus. Yeah, you should turn on your microphone. We can't hear you now. Okay. So we can. Yeah, now that's.
15 Kasım Korkut Üniversitesi Rektörü Profesör Doktor Remziye Terkan ben. Böyle güzel bir konsept altında uluslararası bir çalışma hazırlayan, emeği geçen öncelikle herkese çok çok teşekkür ediyorum ve saygılarımı sunuyorum. Değişim ve uyum konsepti altında tam da günümüze uygun yeni atlatmış olduğumuz bir pandemi süreci sonrasında hepimizi çok daha farklı boyutlara itecek, yönlendirecek, bilgilendirecek çalışmalar doğrultusunda çok güzel bir kongre olacağı inancındayım. Onu da ifade etmek istiyorum. Öncelikle şunu söylemek istiyorum. Dünyanın oluşumundan itibaren ilk insandan başlayarak dünya sürekli bir değişim ve gelişim içinde fiziksel, sosyal ve ekonomik şartların süreç içerisinde değişimi, insanın yaşam mücadelesi içerisinde kendini geliştirmesini zorunlu kılmıştır. Çağımız bilgi ve teknoloji çağı ve teknolojideki değişim çok süratli bir şekilde gerçekleşiyor. Bu süratle bizleri ortam ve şartlara, kısacası değişime hızlıca adapte olmaya itiyor. Değişime uyum sağlayabilmek için öncelikle değişimin varlığına inanmamız ve ayak uydurmamız gerekmektedir. Elbette teknolojik olarak değişime bakıldığında geçmiş nesillerin uyum sağlamasının zor olduğunu da gözlemliyoruz. Ancak teknoloji içinde doğup büyüyen nesillerin bu değişime daha hızlı ve kolaylıkla uyum sağladığını, hatta teknolojiyle birlikte teknoloji çocuğu olarak büyüdüğünü görmekteyiz. Bunun en önemli sebeplerinden biri de teknoloji ile algı şekillenmesinin paralel gelişimi olmaktadır. Değişimi anlayıp hızlıca uyum sağlamak, yeni nesil teknoloji insanıyla benimsenmesi daha kolay olmakta ve değişime direnç göstermeden birlikte uyumlaşabilmektedir. Süratle yenilenen dünyamızda değişime uyum sağlamanın önemine Darwin şöyle bir ifadeyle katkı koymuştur. Ne en güçlüler ne de en zekiler hayatta kalabilir. Sadece ve sadece değişime uyanlar, uyum sağlayanlar hayatta kalır sözüyle vurgu yapmıştır. Bu söz hem iş hem sosyal yaşamda geçerliliğini de göstermektedir bugün. Değişim yaşamın her alanında var olan ve olmaya devam edecek bir durumdur. Değişime uyum sağlamak, yaşamı olduğu yerden yakalayabilmek ve yaşama devam etmek demektir. En büyük etkeni de teknoloji tabii ki uyumlaşmakla, teknolojiyi takip edebilmekle gerçekleşebilmekte. Bu durumda teknolojinin yaşamı ele geçirmiş olması ve yönlendirmeyi sağlayan faktör olması nedeniyle de insani değerler, bağımsız düşünce becerisi, inançlar, başkalarından verilen değer de teknolojinin çatısı altında şekil almaktadır ki bu çok çok önemli bir noktadır. Hepimizin üzerinde durmamız gereken. Çünkü tüm bunlar insan olmanın gerektiği becerilerdir ama tabii ki bütün bunları yaparken teknolojiyle birlikte paralel neyin ne kadar doğru ve neyin ne kadar aslında insanlık adına faydalı olabileceği yönünde aynı çatı altında düşünerek hareket etmek gerekir. Teknoloji tüm bu becerileri makineleştirerek belli bir kalıba yerleştirmekte ve eline geçirdiği insanların algısını da bu yönde oluşturmaktadır. O yüzden doğru kullanım ama tabii ki bu süratle doğru kullanımı sağlayabilmemiz de ayrı bir beceri gerektirmektedir. Aslında çok kritik bir dönüm noktasındayız diyebiliriz. Teknolojinin verici gücünü doğru veya yanlış kullanmak ya da insanın doğası ile birlikte götürmek veya insan doğasını yok etmek, değişimle uyumu yakalarken ne kadar doğru noktalardan tutarak ilerliyoruz. Önemli olan bu. Yoksa o kadar süratli ki anlayamadan, bir şeyleri anlayamadan algılayıp yola öylece bir devam ediyoruz. Bir düşünmemiz gerekiyor. Peki nerede duracak değişim, duracak mı veya bizler değişimi ne kadar kontrollü yaşayıp, yaşatarak bunu sağlayacağız? Bu sorulara dikkat etmemiz gerekiyor. Değişimi yeni dünya düzeninde doğru yönde kullanmak ve yaşamak, yaşama uyumlaştırmak gerekmekte. Bu da aslında dünya insanının bir ekip ve bu ekibi ortak fikir ve bilinçle insanlığı olumlu yönde etkileyecek şekilde hareket eden bir beyin olarak düzenlemek, değişimi bu yönde gerçekleştirerek uyum sağlamak büyük önem taşımaktadır. İşte bu noktada yeni dünya düzeninde değişimi anlayarak uyum sağlamak tüm insanlığa olumlu yönde yansıyacaktır diye düşünüyorum. Yaşanabilecek daha güzel bir dünya içerisinde olmamızı temenni ediyorum ve gelecek nesillere de böyle bir dünya bırakabilmemizi diliyorum ben. Ve tekrardan herkese çok çok teşekkür ediyorum. Çok başarılı, bilime katkı sağlayacak bir kongre olacağına inancımı ifade etmek istiyorum. Tekrardan emek veren herkese, tek tek hepinize çok teşekkür ediyorum. Kolay gelsin diyorum. Bilime, geleceğe faydalı çalışmalarda tekrardan bir araya gelmemizi sağlayacak çok güzel çalışmalarda olmayı arzu ediyorum. Sevgi ve saygılarımı sunuyorum hepinize. Teşekkürler.
15 Kasım Üniversitesi Rektörü Profesör Doktor Remziye Terkan hocamıza çok teşekkür ediyoruz katılımınızdan dolayı hocam. I would like to thank Rector of 15 Kasım University Professor Dr. Remziye Terkan for her valuable speech. Thank you. I would like to invite the Professor Dr. Turgay Uzun again on the floor and the Congress Chairman Hamza Şimşek to give present all our participants, valuable speakers, and also our members who are speakers. You can also come to the floor. All the speakers, yes, you. And also, Associate Professor Dr. Osman Yılmaz, you can come on behalf of our organizing committee. You can come. Here you are. Should we take a photo? I wish you a successful Congress. Thank you for your passion, participation, and contribution to our Congress. And please remember that you can follow all the sessions on Zoom. Also, it's available on our YouTube channel. And thank you so much. And also for the face-to-face, you can go to which building? I think it's İktisadi İdari Bilimler Fakültesi for you. Okay, for the students face-to-face. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks a lot.